friends. How are you today? Rhonda the Realtor here in a very busy dress that doesn't go with my background. Whatever. It's all good. It's very comfortable. It's like pajamas, honestly. Anyway, today I want to talk to you about some top mistakes that buyers make when they are going to purchase a home or are under contract for a home. So, the first and biggest mistake is choosing a realtor that doesn't have your best interests at heart or isn't willing to have a strong business relationship with you. The right realtor is going to change your perception of the entire transaction. You want someone who's organized, who's following the code of ethics, who's relying on their fiduciary duty to you the whole time, who is going to walk you through the process. Because whether it's your first home or you have not bought a home in 8 to 20 to 30 to 40 years, things change all the time, and it's a very stressful process. So the first thing you need to do is just choose the right realtor. I definitely recommend you interview a couple, unless, of course, you know me. Anyway, number 2 is trying to make an offer without being pre-approved. So, a lot of people, when you say you need a pre-approval, kind of get like, and I get it. I mean, it sounds like an inconvenience. They're going to ding your credit score when they pull up your numbers. But in this day and age, and at this point in time, you can't even submit an offer without a pre-approval. The listing agent does not want it, because if you can't prove that you are guaranteed to be able to afford the home, they're not even going to consider your offer, especially in this competitive market. It's crazy. So the other thing about pre-approval that's awesome is it totally lets you know exactly what you can afford. And maybe it'll say you can afford an $800,000 home and you only want a $300,000 home. We can figure that out. Like, you need to find your comfort zone with your monthly payment, really. But suppose you think, oh, I'm approved for $450,000, and then you're not, and you have your heart set on homes in this price range, and it can be crushing. So it's better to know before you start looking than to find out later. Anyway, I'm on a tangent. So number 3 is not knowing the total cost involved in buying a home. I mean, it will just smack you in the face when you figure out how much you have to pay for closing costs, your inspections, taxes, titles, fees, whatever. So when you get pre-approved, you will get that education. I will walk you through it, and then your lender will walk you through it. And you will realize that, maybe it takes more than you thought. Maybe it takes less than you thought. If you are a seller, you do not pay for closing costs. You do pay for taxes. You do pay for, pay off your mortgage and whatnot. But it's a totally different experience. And that changes state to state. So we're talking about Pennsylvania here. But so get to know the fees before you go looking, because you'll need to know how much money you need to have saved up available to you. Hopefully a gift from a rich relative. Who knows? Also, you really, I would say probably number 5. Are we on 5? No, number 4. You really have to get it out of your head that there's only one perfect home for you, because that is just not true. And I can tell you in my experience with my clients, and even in my own home buying experience, the first home that my husband and I bought, we looked at 50 homes. I have told people this. The 50th house is the house that we bought. I feel so bad for that realtor. Linda McLean, if you're out there, you know I love you, girl, because you earned that money. And then the second time that we bought a home, we picked one the first day we went out, the 4th home, and we didn't make her work at all that time. But anyway, there is a lot of homes, and there are a lot of homes that might be right for you. And I can honestly look back at every deal that I didn't get and say, thank God that it worked out the way that it did. I'm here where I should have been anyway. Other than that, I could keep going with the tips, but I would say number 5 is something that people don't really realize, and that is once you are under contract, you do not ever want to make any large purchases. You don't want to open a new credit card. You don't want to buy a new car. You don't want to go to Raymore and Flanagan and max out the credit card on new furniture to be delivered on the day of closing, because that will affect all of the terms of everything you signed up until that point. And if you were tight in your budget as far as buying that home, it can make the deal fall through. And wouldn't that just be tragic and a horrible shocker? So that's it for me today, guys. Top 5 buyer mistakes. I so appreciate you watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you have a great night, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye.